we back with another one.
What up, though? It's your girl Jen checking in right by his side for episode 16. Thank you, Jesus.
Welcome to another one. Back for another one. Back like y'all never left.
Because y'all know the devil tried it. Okay. It's better late than never, though. We're here. We're alive. Okay. Thank you guys for staying up late with us, shooting in the gym, as you have been doing for 16 weeks now, man. Y'all are the real MVPs. Can we get a clap?
Absolutely. It's a late one for y'all. It happens.
Yes, y'all.
And it's cool. We here now. It's the most important part. Because we here now. So.
And laugh.
Absolutely.
So we're going to give you guys a couple of hours. We know we usually can go like 3-4 hours. And we love that you guys are willing to stay with us that long. But we're not going to go that long this tonight. So we're going to be straight to the point because we got 9 to 5s, 6 to 3s, 6 to 10s, whatever you call them. You know, we got jobs outside of the love of our lives, which is you guys, the Time to Talk It Out podcast. So we're gonna wrap this up in a couple of hours, max. Soon as T Double gets the technicals down, he'll give you guys his undivided attention, and we'll get into these hot topics today because it's been a busy week on the internet. Okay, they're fighting as always. Situationships is situation shipping. You know, it's a lot. So I'm gonna let T Double say something.
That's where I was.
At this point, fill us in on what he got going on.
You know, I'm just I feel like I be coming with the kind of clutch, a little bit clutch, but it be like kind of underline the main news. But you know,
that's why I be looking for you, because you be coming with the, I ain't gonna say the hood news, but like the stuff that everybody else ain't talking about.
The clutch underlines, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's like I be needing you sometimes, and then plus I feel like I be over talking him, y'all. So I'm getting better at this, okay?
I got some stuff, you know. Only got a few things for y'all today, but let's try to make it as good as possible, real juicy. I think this is where I want to be. First and foremost, I want to start off with the Cash Doll and Zadarius update. The update. This is the update. You know, like the remix. This is the remix. No, this is the update. So, after Cash Doll dropped a diss song.
Whoa.
Well, it wasn't technically her song. She dropped a diss verse.
To who?
To the person that made this anonymous post about being with Zadarius or whatnot.
First of all, you anonymous, sit down. But okay.
Basically, they were all talking. Once upon a time, she picked the month of April this year to make a post and say that he was with her this year in April, which was a whole year ago.
So it came up in her memories and she shared it.
More than likely, something like that. And
that's what that was.
Cash Doll has a rebuttal to the whole situation where she drops a verse. It's very clear. It's very clear that she's kind of
speaking on it.
Yeah. Okay. She kind of acknowledges him as her Superman. That's how you know. She says her Superman. So she has a rebuttal to the whole situation. Then he has a rebuttal as well, to where he comes and he just makes a post on X, formerly known as Twitter. So, but X now. He makes a post on X that says Keisha Knight, which he says her government name, ain't going nowhere.
I saw that.
And then there's a thing that he says posting old pictures or something won't, you know, so.
Yeah.
The picture was real. It just was old, and she just wanted some attention. 15
Cloud
seconds of
pasting.
fame, so.
Trying to be relevant. And I mean, I don't blame sis. She trying to capitalize off of it in any way she can. You know, it would have behooved her to, once the momentum came, you know, just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, it was old, and I didn't say it was this year. I said on this day.
No, that's what she said. She had it this year. She had it marked 2025. That's exactly what she said. So it wasn't no de-escalating.
Well, she should have just been like, well, y'all here now, so buy this, buy my merch, subscribe to my channel, do this. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real.
Yeah, it was made to seem as if that was the thing.
Because now you looking corny. You would have been looking less corny if you kept it real and said why you really did it. You know what I'm saying? I can see you telling the initial lie for clout. Absolutely, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But then once you did that, be for real.
But
like,
also that kind of deters people away from you. That goes to the Boss Man D-Lo situation where his alleged person that I don't know what to say. His alleged person that had came out and made a claim.
The trans person
now wants to say that it's a false claim. I lied. You can hate me. This, that, and the third.
Right. That's what she should have did.
But now the thing is, like, nobody knows to believe you or not. Nah, you could be lying.
Nobody believes the truth when it lies more entertaining anyway. But it would have made you look better if, you know what I'm saying. And then, but it really don't matter because, like you say, she a clown.
Yeah.
And she got clown.
Got you nowhere. You probably lost a little bit more respect than what you had from the people who knew you. Because the people who don't know you, which is majority, I wasn't worried. And they still looked at you as if you were just lonely. You're chasing something at that time. It's been a whole year.
Disappointed
you
because
should have found something to do within that time frame. You should have found something to do, somebody else to entertain. At least, I understand. Listen, you was with a big football player, big name guy. That's cool. But none of that. It was no trolling before the whole Cash Doll situation. It was no trolling. You wanted to put something out because you seen something getting a lot of attention that you had access to make people believe you. And it was
because I mean, it's a plenty of football players out here in this world. Yeah. If Cash Doll and Zadarius wasn't going viral and getting their time to shine or whatever, she probably wouldn't even have said nothing about it. If he was just a random, if he was Zadarius Smith on whatever team he was before he got on the Lions, because I'm pretty sure football niggas knew who he was, but like, no, he wasn't viral on the Shade Room. You know what I mean? He was not viral on the Shade Room.
It wasn't viral with you, especially. You wasn't that. So I just don't feel like that's your place to say that now you feel like his relationship is getting spotlight. She wanna
stand in it somehow, and she's
a piece of that.
She's subscribing to all publicity is good publicity. Publicity is good publicity.
Not all the time. Don't believe that.
I don't believe that, but that's what she's subscribing to.
Oh yeah. So yeah, she shouldn't.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not the thing.
She might be young.
I can't see him. Just last year, I can't see him really. I can see how people could change who they talk to within a time frame, but I can't see how you could go from somebody.
And he obviously wasn't taking her serious.
I mean, probably not.
So like he's taking girl,
right? You know probably not.
So just because he messed with her
I don't get
or
the
whatever,
vibes from him that he's that kind of a guy. Though.
I'm not saying she was underage, but she might have been like 25, 26. You know what I'm saying? Still younger than man.
I think as far as taking it serious, but I don't get the vibe from him that he really gone. You know what I'm saying? Be comfortable around somebody like that playing on their top. Like I don't get that vibe from him. I really think it probably was a moment. It probably was a potential. It probably was, you know what I'm saying? Could have been. and she was probably not, her status probably wasn't as, you know what I'm saying? She probably got a little status somewhere to be even, you know what I'm saying? But he seemed like a down to earth dude. It don't really matter who you are. If he like you, he like you is what he seemed like.
Right.
So she might got a little status somewhere, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to the point where I feel like it ain't.
He could have met her at the gym.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He could have met her waitressing at a restaurant.
Absolutely.
He do seem like the type that would date a waitress or somebody he just randomly met at the gym. Not saying
like
Cash Doll basic like that.
Right,
I'm just saying
he like you.
He exactly. He probably, you know, feel like he got one or he got his one. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
With her, like, not saying.
Duh, yeah, I think, he frozen, he in the moment, as you should be.
And they are adorable together, so I don't care.
Listen, I love it for them. They doing their thing.
Yeah.
I just don't like how baby girl did that, and you know, her
she
rebuttal.
Her
rebuttal was real good. She got a real good. You know what I'm saying? She approached it real clean. Said what she said. Her little disses in it, and then left it at that.
Talking about Cash Doll.
Yeah, I really like it. It was real smooth. And I just I think that they kind of locked in, and they gonna be locked in for a little minute. They gonna be locked in. They locked in, so I like that for them.
I don't know why that thing is doing that.
But
yeah, I would like to see them get married.
I just like to see people happy. I mean, if that's what makes them happy, go for it. I'm with it all the way, 100.
I like to see people make God happy.
That's understandable.
And God wants us to be married. So, like, I wonder why that's doing it. Relatively annoying. But
no, there ain't no timer. Right, I don't know.
Yeah, but, and I feel like
that's
it'd be best to have that covering, you know what I'm saying? Because the devil gonna come at them. So if they had the covering of the covenant with God, the creator of marriage, I just would like to see that for them. That's all. I don't know if he's ever been married. I don't think Cash Doll's ever been married, and so they might as well.
Everybody got their own vision, you know. Some people just different. It's like the episode of Pop the Balloon. Some people are ready right away. Some people not. I mean, everybody kind of just, some stuff not for.
I didn't say it had to be right away. I just said I would like to see that for them.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I totally understand.
That thing. I'm about to just take it off.
I totally understand. But you know, it's something that happens, and when it happens, it's good. And not all the time is it good, but it's a good thought. Anyway,
yeah, they seem to be doing well.
You going in the right path when that's something that you're thinking about.
Let's try to plug it up.
You
try to plug it in one of these. No, but you're absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? Some people get married that should never be married, i.e. Kanye and Kim Kardashian. But they had some beautiful, talented kids. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't think she was the one for him, honestly. But you know,
yeah. I mean, everybody ain't for marriage, honestly. He just, you can say that about anybody. His wife just divorced him because he's probably not the one for her, because he's just probably not a person who can be, I have to deal with you every day. You flip-flop all the time. Like, you are a person that just snaps out of the, it's a person for everybody, but that don't mean that I'm marrying you. I could be just a person that looking over you, protector. I'm your protector. I don't even mean we get married. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean
they
that.
got 4 or 5 kids. So they should have been married, especially once they start having them kids.
He's just not.
But
a person,
what I'm saying,
I ain't talking about them as a whole. I'm just talking about him as a
I
person.
don't think that's true. I think he needs a wife that's gonna take care of him, especially after his mom died. But he need the right wife, not just a trophy wife. You know what I'm saying? Not just a power couple wife to be the J to his B. You know what I'm saying? He needed somebody that was going to nurture his mental health and actually acknowledge it.
As a therapist,
Your wife have to be your therapist.
you need to come to an agreement with yourself. You got to be able to accept that. In sports, what we call this is being coachable. If you're uncoachable, you can have a lot of talent, a lot of potential, but if you're uncoachable, I can't get you.
I don't believe he's uncoachable.
I can be the best coach, but I can't get you to the next level.
He was being coached. That's how he got where he at. He lost his coach. You know what I'm saying? And he went wayward. That's my opinion on Kanye. And he didn't have, that's why you leave your mother and you cling to your wife. He didn't have that. He didn't have the right one anyway. I don't remember if he got married before after his mom died. I think it was after. But he'd have been better off marrying Amber Rose.
She wouldn't have been able to deal with him. Still,
I believe she would have been able to deal with him. I believe she would have been the one who would have been able to deal with him.
She was happy she left the situation after a while. She said it out her own mouth. She was happy she left the situation.
Well, of course she was. You know what I'm saying? She didn't. Of course you glad, because even Jesus asked God, is there anything I can do? Like, I don't want to have to go on this cross for real, but if I have to, I will. Even Jesus. So of course, if you could be spared that being your calling, then you know what I mean? But I think she was about the one who would have been able to
my person
hold his hand. She had a thicker skin. You know what I mean? It might not even have got as far as it is. If they was able to build a stronger bond and actually have God in it. They was just boyfriend and girlfriend. They wasn't husband and wife.
They wasn't. My personal opinion. I just don't know. I don't think so. I just think.
So you think Kim could handle him better than Amber Rose?
That's why he divorced. That's why they not married neither. No.
So you think now one of them could
at all? No.
She just used them.
I didn't say no. I don't think that. I think that he wanted it probably more so than she did. So he was down for it. It's not that I don't think he felt used. I don't think he got used. I think he was open to do everything that he
niggas
did.
Be down to get used all the time.
I don't think that. I don't think that.
Not everybody even look at it like being used.
I was about to say I don't think that that's what the case was. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that was the case. No, I don't think she used him. No, I don't think that. I can honestly say I don't think she used him. No.
Okay.
I can honestly say I think she about liked it. She fucked with dog. Listen,
I mean, she liked them.
That's funny because now,
as far as
that's funny how he is the topic, because within talking to dog, you can tell he got some kind of sense. Because that just runs into one of my little segments that I was gonna run into. Kanye West, his daughter, she is working on an album. Because she wants to be a rapper like her dad. She said.
I love that.
She said her dad has a plan. And she basically, she asked her mama, what do she do? Her mama basically couldn't give her a solid answer of what she is. You know what I'm saying? And she like, my dad is a rapper. I know exactly what he is. I know exactly what he does. Very simple for a kid. You know what I'm saying? And she took to say, I want to be like my dad, to even say, I want to make music. I want to be a rapper too. So she's working on an album that he is making beats, helping her produce. I think he got one song on there where he's on there with her. She's calling it Elementary School Dropout because his first album was called College Dropout.
Man, this about to go nuts, bro.
Yeah.
Like, think, I whip my hair back and forth, lip gloss popping. This is gonna be the vibes I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's gonna.
But with a message. Cause this is gonna be some good music. I think it's gonna be.
She gonna have some stuff to say because I think that she is very, very bright.
I think so too. I think she gonna get the talent from both of them because
absolutely
Kim can't articulate exactly what she do like Kanye can, but
because I feel like she got Kim so many talented. Multiple
right, but Kim is very talented. Her mama's very talented. I mean, her grandmama is very talented and intelligent, and that little girl, they and this is no shade to the witchery that's going on in that family, in that household, but they are talking about Blue.
Yeah, she has been a talk for quite some time now because of who her parents are, majority.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they making it seem like Blue Ivy is gonna be so Beyonce.
Far as performing,
yes.
Any of that. Singing, nobody's heard her. That's the only. I feel like the only problem is when it comes to her is this. Like, everybody loves to see her out on tour with her mother. You're doing your thing. Y'all dancing. You got this choreography tied down to a T. They love to see her do her thing. They love to see her in moments where you have to adapt. It was a moment that blew up on the internet because it was a little kid. It was a younger kid talking to her mother. And her mother hair was tied in her earring, and her mother was doing like singing. Now she's sitting behind her mother the whole time. Now somehow her mother hair got caught in her earring, so she still got to sit back and hold this pose. So she is like she's trying to get it out, so she just takes it off, boom, fast. And people like to see certain stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't understand why it blew up. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess people is just like the innovation, you know what I'm saying? The kind of stuff that she just do in a heartbeat, like, oh, she's just a natural, you know what I'm saying? Oh, look at her, you know what I'm saying? In the heat of the moment, boom, 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 people blew it up. I'm talking about blew it up. And for the longest, I watched it and I'm just like, I would guess that a kid of her age, like, what else are you going to do? You can't stop the show. You can't grab the microphone. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You have to, you have to adapt. You have to innovate. You have to do something, right? You can't just pull your ear away. You know what I'm saying? So that was the smartest thing to do in the situation. So I say that to say, not to take nothing away from her. I think she is a performer on the stage. I don't know what she sings like. I cannot say she will be her mother. I feel like she will be a high top choreographer or somebody who like just teaches, you know what I'm saying? Unless I hear her singing it somewhere different. I don't know. That's just from what I know about her right now. And that's just that. So.
Excuse me, y'all. Sorry. Well, I honestly have not seen an entire I've seen a couple of short clips of Little Miss Blue. I don't subscribe to the Beehive newsletter or anything like that, so I try to even avoid it on my timeline as much as I can. But my initial thought is that Kanye's daughter is going to have a raw kind of talent. And I mean, you know, I'm excited to hear it. Elementary School Dropout sounds like something I want to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
And
down to hear it. At
I
least
liked
give it
Kanye
a-
more than I liked Jay-Z back in the day. I ain't gonna
Absolutely,
lie.
the old Kanye.
Everybody used to always talk about Jay-Z, Jay-Z, Jay-Z. You know.
I really liked the old Kanye. He really
Yeah.
put out good music. So, I'm open to hearing what his daughter has. Lil Kanye. That's what I'm gonna call her. So that's
That's dope. I love to hear that.
that's a good thing that we want to see coming up.
Yeah.
Real quick, moving forward, kind of changing, making a little curve, a
Moving
little
right
bit.
along.
You know what I'm saying? Moving right along. Yeah, absolutely right. We making a little curve. We coming around. And we'll be coming around the mountain when we come. We'll be coming around the mountain when we come. We'll be coming around the mountain. We'll be coming around the mountain. We'll be coming around the mountain when we come. Do 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 do. Now, yeah, right. Next, so locally here in Detroit, I think before I even want to move here, I kind of want to, since we were kind of talking relationship like topics like with sports and then just social media relationships kind of thing. And this is another update. Okay. This like when I say is making me angry, like I was feeling good until this light started doing this, and it's about to make me angry. I am immediately gonna it's gone.
I wonder why it's doing that.
We'll have another one immediately. Okay, so update. Last episode we recently spoke to you guys about the Cardi B and Stefan Diggs situation. So now update is
No,
what you say? Recently, the two incidents. He's on a boat with Cardi B and like two other girls, maybe three other women. He's passing a pink substance, which they're calling it. They're saying it's a pink cocaine-like substance. It's in a little bag. And if you can read his lips very well, he's passing it to one of the random ladies. It's not Cardi he's passing it to. And if you can read lips, very well. He asked her, "What's my name?" And she laughs. He says, "Now call me daddy." And, it was kind of funny to me. The next video you see is him and Cardi B in a hot tub, but pay very close attention. The female hand is also on her because she's sitting down there. He's in the back. It's him, her. It's at least one more female if it's not both or those other ones there.
Yeah, they have their
so,
time.
Updated.
They own Diddy Party.
They're definitely out doing some things, and Offset doesn't like it. They're posting this socially, and when the two videos came out, one thing that Offset went and posted, he said, "Not today, I'll pass," or something like that. And Stefan Diggs goes and posts him catching a football. Like, "You pass, I'm catching it." Like, it was crazy. Like, they went back and forth. I'm sure you know something about it. I think I heard you say something about it.
Yeah, I didn't know. See, and I love that because he's a football player.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I love that. I did not know his clapbacks. Yeah. All I knew is that he had posted a swipe through, and the one that I know, I'm sorry, the clapback that I knew about was when he posted Quavo saying, when they was asking him, like, when they asked
Chris Brown.
No, they asked the one that passed away, God rest his soul. About getting left off by Bad and Bougie.
Right.
And he was like, do it look like I got left off Bad and Bougie? And then Quavo was like, all right, let's move on, or something like that.
I remember that.
He posted that, and people were saying that was probably a dig at Offset. So now that for sure. And then I don't blame him. Like, you ain't intimidating nobody, or you ain't keeping me away from your bitch. Like, you think that you can say whatever you want to say, or do whatever you want to do to keep me from fucking with her. That's really what you want to do. Try to keep.
What my boy Ply say? I exposed her real, and now she hate lames.
Okay.
She
baby daddy or not
like dog at all. She told him, I hope you. Okay.
Unalive and slow.
Okay. Like, out of there. Like, she said, not fast.
And I totally understand her feeling like that about her baby daddy. I have felt like that about my baby daddy before. So I understand that. Hopefully, God willing, they can get past that bitterness and anger toward each other and co-parent in a more positive and less toxic way.
She's not holding him from the kids.
I understand. I'm not blaming her. I'm not. This is not to victim blame or nothing. You know, understand what I'm saying? I felt like that for 12 years straight.
Oh, you're right. I feel it.
And so I'm just saying, I understand it, and I understand wanting to just not have to feel like that.
Yeah.
Because this person is doing better.
Right.
Whether it's by you, your child, cause just as a human being, he haven't been treating her right as a human being. So therefore it's trickling down to her kids. So she just want that to be over. It ain't even got nothing to do with nothing else. Like you know what I'm saying? Because the only reason why she want him to be unalive is because she's tired of dealing with that shit. What other way am I gonna get rid of you doing this shit?
And that was
the wrong Migos gone. Right. That's how she feel.
And that's why she didn't even feel like that until just you feel me. She still was giving them grace. Like you
making my life miserable, nigga.
Shit, because you know you doing what you want to do and want me.
Because you a narcissistic ass.
Yeah, that was the problem she was having with him.
Just terrible ass person. Like Future, he want to be Future. I feel like Offset really wants to be Future. He do. He wants to be Future, dog. That's how I feel.
Maybe look up to him. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm saying. That's ridiculous. Future is not no role model.
You know, listen. I heard somebody say, I don't know if it was a comedian or not. I heard somebody say they was in a room with a bunch of rappers. And somebody mentioned, y'all probably heard me say this before, right? That's how you know when I be saying something, I be saying what I be saying. Because I don't just be saying anything. You know what I'm saying?
You don't be saying shit just to be saying it.
Okay. They was in a room with a bunch of rappers. And somebody brought up that Elon Musk has 16 baby mamas. And they said...
Do he?
That's I don't know. They brought up something and said, this could be, you know what I'm saying? Listen, this is what they said. They said they brought up, they brought up somebody, Elon Musk has 16 baby mamas.
That's a lot.
And they said, instead of people was in there talking about, you know what I'm saying, how much money he got to manage this and that, they said the first person said, and I think they said it was Meek Mills who said it. First person said, no, he can't have more than me. I'm slipping. You want more baby mamas? Like, is that crazy or not? Like, that is insane. Like, you know what I'm saying? The stuff that people feel like is a competition. Like, oh, he can't be out baby mama and me.
The stuff that these particular people, and I ain't gonna just say used to, like, I just can't stand him now. Cause I still mess with his music, and I still hold a place for him, Meek Mill.
Meek Mills, yeah.
But like over the last few years, he's just been doing and saying stupid stuff to me that has turned me off from him.
I don't know about Meek no more because it's just too much.
I ain't even gonna talk about that part. I ain't even before the Diddy shit.
Yeah.
Like when he, he was doing that prison reform, asking people to treat people in prison better and help reverse recidivism, whatever it's called. People going back to jail after they get out. And he doing all this, but then when his album came out, he talk about killing people and
yeah.
Just it's stupid. It doesn't make sense.
That's his. But see, and that's what I be saying. Like, I feel like music it's a message. Like, you can have a very strong message that you saying and have a style, but if you not totally like, if you ain't took this message totally spiritual in a spiritual way to you, like, I don't say this kind of stuff, it's gonna come across just because it's part of music. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say exactly is like this. Prime example, Bossman D-Lo said, I don't rap about gang violence, about killing, shooting nobody. He said I make club music. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that in the line he ain't got saying he done pulled out a strap or this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? You would just have to go in there and listen. But majority of his bangers that you would probably listen to before you listen to anything else, he probably is rapping that because that's his style. But he is gonna come. If you can limit yourself and say I don't do, but if you not limiting yourself and saying, all right, look, it's fully this. If you ain't putting yourself to like, all right, this is only it. It's this or it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because even R&B people be like, man, I'm an R&B motherfucker, but you still got rap albums. But you predominantly R&B because that's where you made your money at. But you rapped anyway. You still rap. You got rap albums. You're just better at R&B is your thing. You know what I'm saying? But you gonna come across this because it's part of the industry. You gonna come across where I might have to say something like this. You know what I'm saying? I might have to say that because that just go with this. That don't mean that to me. That's me. It just go with that. I'm saying that right now. You know what I'm saying? Next song, I'm gonna say something different. I feel like me personally, I feel like because it's part of the industry, like it's hard to just be like.
I want us to get out of that, and I understand what you mean. But I feel like a true creative, and Meek Mill is a true creative. I feel like he can express what he's really going through, but I don't know if the person who pointed it out was like a vlog or whatever, YouTuber. I don't know if they listened to the context and heard everything, because he might have been like, this is what somebody else did, or this is what somebody else. I don't know.
Storyteller.
Yeah, I don't know, because he is a storyteller.
Absolutely.
That's why I focus on
Absolutely.
Him. So I don't really know the context and what he said, how he said it, but in that person's defense, they're a rapper too. They're a gospel rapper. So he probably said some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That didn't align with
the way that the gospel rapper would have said it.
No, I'm not even gonna say the way that the gospel rapper would have said it, by the way that he was walking when he got out of jail. You know what I'm saying? The things that he was trying to accomplish. You know what I mean?
I understand, but then that don't mean he can't tell his story on the beat. He been through something to have to get here to want to even do that.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. But that's why I say it's the way that you do it, to where you're rapping for middle schoolers, high schoolers. You got very impressionable, vulnerable children listening to your raps. Even if you got that explicit tag on your raps, that's so non-relevant now. It's not even funny. So you have to be mindful of, like you said, if you out here doing all of this footwork, like real live footwork in the trenches, on the street, boots on the ground work, and then you gonna go basically contradict it in your album that you're spreading nationwide, worldwide streaming, it just seems contradictory to me.
I feel like at that point, that's where it gotta come. You gotta hear it. Because I feel like, I understand, you know what I'm saying? I understand that you can say it came from a gospel rapper where it came, but he got a whole different context. Like I said, he got a whole different context. He's in a whole different lane when it comes to this.
But a fact is a fact. Even people like us that's not really rappers. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to try to be a rapper back in the day, and I want to be a gospel rapper now.
I just want. So you mean that people could? So
A
basically,
regular person will see that as counterproductive, if nothing else.
so
Like that's
basically,
fighting
so
against what you're doing.
so basically, you're saying like a rapper can cross at any time. So a gospel rapper can change and
It's
be
not about being gospel. That's not what it's about. See, he was gospel, so that's why he was able to see it. But it was just about he talking about prison reform. You know what I'm saying? And increase. And decreasing recidivism, whatever it's called. People going back to jail after they got out. But in the same with the same mouth, you're going to seemingly what's the word? Seemingly glorify committing unaliving, which is just adding to recidivism, whatever. You know?
absolutely, totally, yes.
So it's just like not saying you gotta go gospel is what my point.
Right. I'm
You
just
know,
saying the understanding level of two different brands and two different ways that
you're
that
not
two
getting
different
it.
ways. You right. I'm not getting it. I'm
Right,
talking
because it
about
ain't even
understanding.
about the brand. You know that because you can still be, you can still tell your gangster story without. Oh my God, thank you, Holy Spirit. Just like we just said, old girl tried to make it seem like the shit was this year, but it was last year. You know what I'm saying? You trying to make it seem like you that nigga nah. And like currently killing people. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And currently just like, no, that's not at this point you a businessman. You damn near a granddaddy probably because you at least my age or earlier. I mean, or older. You know what I'm saying? You sitting on
Rick
enough
Williams?
money. Yeah.
You
I might be wrong. I won't know. I might be wrong.
okay? Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. What I want to say about that is
He might be a little younger, but he give off old shit.
what I want to say about that is I now I one thing is you said that you because I listen. Let's take it to court. I'm almost like an
Okay, he
attorney
close. He
right
38.
now. Okay, right.
He younger.
Right. Okay, because that I'm like,
But
man, he not even older
he
than me.
seemed like
But
40.
he barely. Okay, but
Shit.
I didn't think.
But
he was older
38
than me.
is close
But,
to 40. He seemed 40. He seemed 40.
But he older than me. But I didn't think he was. But I was like, not young me. But okay. But
He just turned. He just turned. He born your same year, but he just turned
oh, okay.
38 in May.
Okay.
Yeah, May
Few months.
6th. He just turned
Okay.
38.
But I just feel like what I want. There's nothing I could. It's not a persuasive kind of thing. I'm not trying to persuade you. You not trying to persuade me. That's just not.
Oh,
what
me.
we're doing. The thing is, I just feel like this is making me so mad because now it's even turned off even earlier.
Yeah, just leave it alone.
And no, you could. Yeah, see, okay, but
What's that?
so what I feel like is just you. It's no. He came from what he came from. You said you didn't hear the album to even know if he was speaking as if is saying he or telling a story. You also said you like him because he's a storyteller. So if you know him from telling stories and what you hearing is somebody else telling you that, oh, well, he's saying so much stuff that's just making him this type of person, he could be telling a story of something he know, something he seen, something he went through, something he was next to. The thing is, everybody don't know how to tell their story like you know how to tell your story. You may be able to tell your story in a way that you can say, I told the cleanest story ever, but I told you every piece in my life. That's cool because you learned how to clean it up. Somewhere in there, when you first started telling this story, somewhere in there, it wasn't clean as you wanted it to be. So you worked on what you wanted to work on to tell this story to have this clean. Yeah. But somebody who only know how to tell this story from where I came from, because I ain't never had to clean it up, because every time I told you this, I had to I was getting back to where it was making me feel like back to where I was when it was me. So I was giving you this from right there. I'm trying to give it to you from where it's at. It ain't trying that I'm trying to just be straight out, just rude or landish. I don't know how to use words, but I'm trying to give it to you how it's gave to you. Because if I put some sugar on it, I ain't give it to you. I ain't give it to you the real way. I ain't give it to you like how I had it. I gave it to you with some sugar on it. I jazzed it up. Mm-hmm. If I give it to you how I think that I had it, this is what I think, how I think that I had it. How it felt to me. Mm-hmm. Then I feel like I'm giving you the understanding that I got after all of this time. Even though it may have switched up, something may have worked out for me along this way, that I'm able to be somewhere that, people don't make it from. They don't make it here where I'm at, where I'm from. They don't make it here. I was lucky. I was blessed. I was blessed enough to get here. Mm-hmm. I had some, God worked in my favor. I had something I stuck to, and I ain't give up on it. Mm-hmm. This came for me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I went for it. This what it did for me. Mm-hmm.
No, I get it. I agree.
Some people don't know how to tell. Some people don't know how to switch up and now change that story to. Now I can change this to a story that I can go and take into inside a facility and tell it inside of a church. Cause you ain't never had to do that. You've been telling your stories on beats. Mm-hmm. So when you tell it on this beat, this how you know how to tell it.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, the story is what the story is. And it's like, but at some point, we just want people to elevate. You know what I mean? And to kind of stop revisiting the hurt. Like the sermon that I was listening to the other day. It's like sometimes when, okay, we know that you was going through this and we know that you know people that's going through that now, but why do you have to keep talking about it when that's not your current situation?
Right.
I done pulled you out of that.
Yeah.
So why you want to keep capitalizing off of that? That's like when I was a teenager. I was popular for being smart, but that wasn't good enough. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to, or you feel like you got to be popular for whatever the social norms are, or,
I feel like people celebrate different in a way. If that's celebrating or if that's acknowledging or bragging or what it is, it's just different. Not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that that's right if they go and, you know what I'm saying? But that's just the difference in people that, you know what I'm saying, that can talk to you in a way like I can tell you this story and you gonna feel it from me. I ain't gotta get gutter like that. You still gonna feel it. Then the people that's like, I gotta give you this shit from the gut. I gotta give you this shit.
The lack of creativity, and that's no shade. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not.
That's no shade, but it does take more creativity to be able to tell a story like that without seemingly glorifying it.
Absolutely,
so,
absolutely.
What are you looking for? I'm sorry. What are you?
No, you all right? Go ahead.
Yeah. So I like Meek Mill or whatever, but I can't ignore the fact that I would like him to do better as well, and I hope he has not really actually got caught up in no Diddy party situations or nothing like that, because that's a whole nother ball game and story. So we ain't even trying to dig up into that this week. We'll let some more stuff happen. The whole Capricorn Clark lady testified, but I'ma just wait until next week and see what'll go on this week. and then probably like next Sunday, I'll do a update on my channel, and we'll probably do a more extensive segment about the Diddy trial. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, that right there is
We'll talk more about that.
man. Yeah, that's one to dive in. It's a mess. It's a scrambled everywhere.
Hopefully
Y'all
less
would
than-
definitely have to give. I would need some time. I haven't too much touched it. I know bits and pieces. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's
I
unbelievable.
would just need so much time if we gonna talk about that. And I ain't even gonna lie. The thing about within the time that I need, I'm not even gonna have a lot to say. I just really just would like to be at least up to speed to know what it is that y'all talking about when I'm listening to it. I don't want it to be the first time that I'm hearing it, because I don't want to be freaking out. Y'all,
And I feel you though, because
y'all don't want to see me freak out.
the whole situation is really absurd, but you know,
it's one thing is crazy. I know crazy, weird. I know weird, strange. You know, it's just more than what people thought. That's it. I just want to leave it at that. It's more than what people thought. You heard it. Some people put it blatantly in front of you and told you, and you still would not have imagined this.
half the stuff.
You
Yeah,
know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying? So,
Yeah, I agree.
and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's terrible.
Well, it's prime season. A lot of the outfits that I've been seeing online have been super duper fly.
Y'all,
And shout out to
really-
the seamstresses, the parents, staff, the rec label, and the crews of these kids, because y'all all have been really doing y'all thing,
I was
showing
about to
out.
say, shout out to y'all.
God bless and protect the rest of the schools that still have to get their proms out the way.
So please stop showing that money on your Prime videos and the pictures.
Yep.
Please stop doing
Like
that.
what for?
The thing is, I say, listen, have your fun, take your pictures with it. Stop doing live videos with money, stacks of money, piles of money. It's not safe. I don't care what you think you got in your house. Please stop. It's getting out of hand. Things are getting so crazy.
It's so sad
Yeah.
that they just interrupting these kids' peace like
It's getting
this.
younger
Like
and
I
younger
just
before
pray.
Yeah, it's getting younger and younger, and it's bad. We down to high school with it. We shooting up schools. I mean, that shooting up schools ain't really came to us yet. Far as how I go in the classroom and
Yeah, no, and
Little
thank God we
dog,
gonna rebuke that
pull
in
that
the
out.
name of Jesus.
But
We
the
gonna
thing
rebuke
is,
that in the name of Jesus.
we have to stop what's going on. We got to pay more attention before it gets to that. Is
Yeah.
the thing.
And check on your kids before, like you said, before it gets to that, and before they start to show signs of de or miss socialization, because these phones have a lot to do with that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And you got to be realistic with yourself. We was
There's-
giving these kids phones too young, and
It's a lot of abuse going on inside classrooms from friends, from people that call themselves friends, from just, they age range. Ask questions, get into it, make sure you know your kid. If your
So
kid
important.
going through something, you can look at your kid. When you know your kid, you can look at your kid and tell when your kid ain't in a good mood. Ask questions.
most definitely.
Ask questions.
Okay, look.
please.
Because listen,
Getting around to this, it's very important to pay attention to your kids and know what's going on, because during these graduations, it shouldn't be nothing going on that's violent or that's disrupting. This is a celebration
yes.
for kids. King High School had a prom lineup, 20 shots fired. They got a visual of the person who did it. If you know anything
Come on,
about
man.
it, if you know
Y'all
anything
gotta
about it, call 911, 1-800 speak up, call somebody.
Yeah.
It's just not right to ruin people moments like this. This is moments that it's only certain moments
and these
that's
are
gonna stand out. Babies.
These are babies.
Babies.
A high school senior graduating and going to prom is a child still. Like, yeah, they about to be grown technically in the eyes of the law, but they still very immature and needs more time than to have this type of stressful stuff going on where they getting shot, gotta recover, missing graduation, all that.
That's graduation is a staple in your life.
Yeah.
High school graduation is a staple. Do you want to remember I got shot? Hey, we had a shootout. There was you don't want to remember that. You don't. That's just not cool. And I feel like, I mean, being shot is just the victim. Do you want, you know what I'm saying? You want somebody to remember you got locked up? Do you
want to feel like, oh, I had to shoot this person? No.
Do you want to remember I got locked up during the graduation year? All my class graduated and I got locked up and had to do life.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
You didn't even get a chance to live yet.
Oh, that's so terrible.
You ain't even get your feet wet. It gotta relax. That gotta calm down. Put these guns down, man. If you don't like somebody, man, I encourage y'all to get into boxing, man. I encourage people to box, man. Listen.
And rap. Stop the violence. That is definitely what's up.
I wore this today for a reason.
Stop domestic
violence. You know what I'm saying? All violence, verbal, DV, verbal, it don't matter. Just stop it all, man. It's getting out of hand. And I'm talking about out of hand. Like, it's crazy that it's something to say about that every week. Every week is something to say. It's something to say about that, you know. So, and that's bad, man. Yeah. It's like we don't like each other.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's sad. Because one of the things is that you supposed to at least like your peoples. We a community. We a family.
That's self-hate at the end of the day. Just like you said,
Yeah, we a family, man. So treat people like family, man.
Yeah.
Other news. Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to read what you got here because I think that lines up with, you know, a lot of these kids
definitely does.
Would have been able to have a second chance, may not after.
And that is big. When I say big, listen, pay attention to what's going on out here. I'm sure some people are very aware. But pay attention. All Job Corps are closing down because they're funded by federal money, and that's the thing. Federal agencies is what they're funded by, and you know that
Trump that
taking out a lot of federal
Doge.
Yeah. Taking out a lot of federal things.
He probably felt like that wasn't. He don't know the benefit
absolutely
that Job Corps had for
the
people.
Changes. Wow. Listen, my sister went to Job Corps.
Yeah, I know a lot of people
right here in Detroit and lived there and did her thing in there. And Job Corps really changed her. Shout out to her. Job Corps really changed her. As far as how she felt about education, she went in and she did her thing in there when she had to stay there and realize, even though same city, down the street, you can't go home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want to finish this program, you got to earn these hours to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a campus. You know what I'm saying?
Like a dormitory situation.
It's kids there that's 17. They just closed out the blue. No warning, no nothing.
Well, that's like that book, with the cheese. I know, but especially people that work there that saw Doge being created and saw Doge, they should have known they was gonna be on a chopping block.
But the students though, like you don't even, some of them, I'm not gonna say now. Some of them you should pay attention, right? But you gotta think. Some of them are young. You can start Job Corps young. Some of them are just young.
The students, no, but the staff.
And to not to tell them though, to not to put them away. I know, I don't know if this was everywhere where they weren't told, but I know here, the students here in the Detroit location were not told. They were last minute calling people that they know, trying to say, we gotta go. They putting us out.
Oh, right. Like we did half the semester, not layoffs, but
Yeah, we gotta go. We live here.
Yeah,
we gotta go. Where we gonna go?
Home.
It's a lady said she had to change her whole appointment and all this. She was like an older lady, and I felt like that's probably why her son was a younger. I don't know if it was her son. I think it was her son. I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
He was like a younger. I want to say he was like 17. He said he was like 17, and from now I just try to read people. Mm-hmm. From the like how they were answering questions on the interview, it seemed like she didn't want him to come where she was at. She was like, well, now I gotta change my whole schedule because I had to make sure he was all right. Now we gotta find him somewhere to go, as if he can't come to where you are. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's probably a situation for people. You know what I'm saying? I was across the street from a whole situation where I watched the son stand on top of his mama van with a baseball bat and bust out every window. He walked around on top of her van and bust out every window.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of animosity between families because that's what the devil likes to do, mess people up. Mm-hmm. So... with they most close allies. So
it was crazy.
I know we need these lights, but they burn my eyes at this point. But no, it's fine.
I'm sick to hear that they closing down the job course. That's like she said, a second chance advancements, and it also offers like skilled trades and stuff. It has some good perks. And it's sad to see that go away, especially knowing how many schools have been closing, especially here, you know? So we got to work towards more outlets to get some way to get these kids educated. We need it. We probably need to come up with fundraisers or some type of something to keep these teachers paid and these schools open. They got no problem closing these schools down, and that's something that we need to really be paying attention to, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, we've been had a subpar educational system here in Michigan, so correct. It doesn't surprise me that it's going nationwide now. So, but I do pray for those students, staff, families. Yeah.
Record label and the whole crew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Pray for them. Big ups to them. I hope that they find what they need to find, you know. But, you know, the big guy gonna take care of them. So, absolutely. You know, I know the big guy he got a plan for all of them. Especially
in a positive, you know.
Absolutely. Big guy. That's one you know. He ain't never lacking. That's a big guy.
Yeah.
That's the big guy.
The bestest.
Absolutely. That's the big guy.
The biggest.
Absolutely. Okay, say that. Yeah. So, I don't know what we can move right to that. We can bring
well, I'm only going to do one of those tonight.
And we're going to do a couple of them. Let's do two. I like two. Let's do two.
Okay.
All right, let's do two.
What are there two?
I don't know. You pick. I just said you already was gonna pick one, right? I'm not. All you gotta do is add one more. That's two. You know what I'm saying? So you pick.
These well, it's really two.
Okay, so if it's two.
Well, no, I mean it's three, but really it's two. Yeah, because the second one bleeds into three so much to where it's kind of like the same.
I
so
like that. Let's rock that. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Or what?
Let's do it. Oh, you want to hear? Okay, all right. She want moving forward. She want to hear this. Yeah, I don't. You know. All right, so I get hopefully that gets her ready. That's her 3, 2, 1 count or something. I don't know what it is.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna very briefly touch on setting boundaries in friendships. That's the one I'll touch on here right now tonight, and the other ones we can like touch on next week because they'll still be relevant. So, I just feel that it's important to set boundaries in life. And a good place to start is in your friendships. And if you're an adult like me and you've already made a lot of friendships that you haven't set boundaries within, it's never too late to start. But if you're a younger adult, if you're teaching your young adult, it's never too early as well to teach them how to set boundaries for themselves in all of their relationships, be it friend, boss, employee, romantic, whatever. So, when setting boundaries in friendships, I'm learning right now, currently, and I want to share it with everyone else, that sometimes you have to be more loyal to yourself than you can to anyone else. Because if you don't have a full and complete self, if you are stressed out about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then here comes somebody bringing IGK, whatever it is. No, you ain't even got your alphabet in order.
Right.
And you trying to bring it over here.
Correct.
And that's no shade. Because I can pray for you while I'm over here trying to get my stuff together. It's other ways that you can help people without just being boundaryless and just doing and giving your all and doing anything somebody asks and then allowing them to make you mad about something. No.
Is it really?
No.
I know. You know what? Is it really? No, because I just want to ask, is it really other ways? Because it's not. I'm okay. Well, no, wait. Let me. Okay. Is it really other ways? Because this is the thing, right? Okay, you want to set boundaries within we homies. Boom. All right. I want to set a boundary within my homie. My dog said, you know what I'm saying? Shit, bro. I give you whatever. You know what I'm saying, nigga. I bet you ask me for whatever, I give it to you. You know what I'm saying? I've been having food and shit all the time. I need the whole 5. I'm like, shit, I ain't got 5 for you to hold. Like, nigga, what you mean you ain't got 5 for me to hold? You feel me? But I might got the 5. But it's not that I don't want to give it to you. But the thing is, I ain't got enough right now. So within my boundaries, I can't give you more than I can afford. You know what I'm saying? Because I would give it to you if I had it to do, but I got something to do with this. You know what I'm saying? So
boundary. What
you got to understand is that I got something to do with this. But you feel like, nigga, I had something to do with that food shit that I was giving you. I was gonna eat that shit. Like, nigga, I didn't say I'm giving it back. You feel me, like, nigga? But you ain't about to just hold me. You feel me, like?
No, I'm gonna pray for you, and then I'm gonna cut you off because what? Like, I don't want no tit for tat friend. You know what I mean? Either. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's petty. That's not healthy boundaries. Like, oh, my boundaries is if you don't do nothing for me, I ain't doing nothing for you, or I treat people how they treat me. That's not the way it's supposed to be.
That's a one. They throw that one around.
That's not how it's supposed to be. And that's how I know you don't have a correct compass.
They throw that one around like crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you don't have a correct compass, you say stuff that sound good when you're being of the world. But when you are of your creator or of your father, that give you a red flag. You know what I'm saying? And you might think it, but then you're like, no, I can't say that. That ain't really true. I don't really believe that. You know what I'm saying? Because the honest to God truth is, you know what I mean? So I just feel like when you get older, you get the balls to honestly care. You know what I'm saying? And if I can't care, then I gotta cut you off. You know what I'm saying? If I can't treat you with care and concern because you such the terrible person that I just gotta treat you bad because you treat me bad. No. I'd rather tat and tat than tit for tat. I'm gonna just let you go. I'm gonna let, cause honestly, my absence is really gonna hurt you worse than anything I can do. You're gonna miss me, baby. You're gonna miss me. You're gonna want me back in your life because I'm an asset. And if it ain't nothing but to pray and to be a smiling face, somebody that's joyful majority of the time, it's infectious. And if you don't add to that, or at the very least treat it like it is what it is, you're gonna try to dull that, you're gonna try to piss on that. It's only so much I'm gonna give you now, but because I am trying to walk Christ-like, so I am gonna be slow to anger as much as I can. I ain't perfect. Sometimes I do be mad and snap. But it takes more for me than probably some other people. You know what I'm saying? I am gonna be slow to anger. I am gonna be long suffering. That's the characteristics of my creator. I want to be more like that.
Absolutely.
You know, I want to be more like that. I ask God to give me a pure heart. Let me be slow to anger so that I may be used by Him.
Because you might get mad a little fast. Maybe a little fast. Maybe.
I get irritated, not mad. Mad. No, you literally, I don't even think you've ever really seen me mad.
No, this is one thing for sure. You can say, listen, this is one thing I noticed. People say, oh, you see me irritated, but you've never seen me mad. To be irritated, you have some mad in you, right? Because irritated, that it brings that. But listen, because I've been irritated before, right? That brings. You may not be like, oh, I'm pissed off. Being irritated still makes you mad, because it's like, man, like, you know, this shit pissing me off. Like, this shit is irritating. This shit pissing me off.
Consistently irritating for a long time could possibly piss me off, especially before, when I was less intentional about my thoughts. I'm telling you, within the last year, I've been literally taking my thoughts captive, because there's a scripture in the Bible that says I can do that. I can take every thought captive. So it don't always work. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Yes, there are times when I get irritated. Instantly, it's my gut flesh reaction. But I've been much more intentional about being more slow to anger and being able to be long suffering with little stuff that's not that serious. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is being irritated is being mad. I'm not.
It's not though.
It is. Prime example. Okay. When you just realize, boom, I just cut the car off and I left my key. As soon as you did, you realized that. Were you irritated or were you mad?
I was irritated. I wasn't mad.
You were irritated.
I didn't get mad.
So it wasn't both.
No.
It didn't come in. Okay, so now say what you was about to say. Say what you was about to say. And
I was mad for a split second. And I don't even want to say why, because I don't want to go off into that. I'm gonna tell. I just know you, so I know you as well. But I was mad for a split second because, you know, I felt like I wasn't getting.
Right.
support.
I totally understand that.
You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't mad about the little bullshit that happened.
The look that you looked at me and the order. Do this. I knew.
I asked, I said, would you?
No. I cannot make this up. You said go do this specifically, and that's why I paused for a minute because I was
you looked at me like
because it you
looked at me like you was like, well, I mean, I guess it makes sense, kinda, and you just went with it.
It was just that
it pissed you off.
It was just that it was.
Did it piss you off?
No, it was just that my back was to the wall. It wasn't that I thought. So I was still in the process of thinking, right? Because I'm thinking. But when the demand came, it was like, what am I thinking for, right? Because you're thinking for me at this point. My thing was,
I'm thinking for you, or am I thinking for me?
The whole situation.
I couldn't go. I couldn't ask.
You could have yelled from the window.
No, I'm saying I couldn't ask to take me.
Right, no. You could have still run, hey, yo, boom.
But why would I do that? And I got you with me.
That's not the thing to do, right? That's not the thing to do, right?
Duly noted.
That's not the thing to do, right? But the thing is,
maybe it was.
You just said I couldn't do it. I'm telling, right? That's how I know that. Right? That's why we leave it at that. That's how I know.
No, let's not.
It's certain things that it just stands out when you know. And then it's like,
well, you know what? I was mad. And you know, I was on the phone. Was I not?
When you were talking to me, exactly
when I tried to ask you to do what I asked you to do.
No, you had just got off. You had just got off. You had literally just got off.
Oh, I was still on the phone.
Oh, well, it was nothing said. I remember it was nothing said for the
I was still on the phone.
I thought you had hung up. It was literally nothing said. And then, oh, no, yep, you right, because then afterwards,
let's just let it
I
go.
remember you said something afterwards. Yep.
Let's just let it go. Because you remember it the way you want to remember it.
Oh, no, I remember it very vividly.
The story is going to go different.
No, I remember it very vividly. Very vividly. Very.
Apparently not. If you remember that I was not on the phone.
No, like I just said, I remember you said something after that. So I said, yeah, you were.
No, I was on the phone, and that's
why I said
what and who I was mad at, if anything.
Because you said something to the phone after that is what I'm saying.
I was saying something to the phone the whole time.
No, and it went silent for a moment because that's why you feel me. That's why the feeling that I thought, but no. But anyway, okay. Were you going to go to the second part or? Oh, yeah, it was another part. Yeah, we got another part. We got another part. Because you said the second part does the third part. I cannot see this. And I know I write sloppy as chicken scratch.
I was just going to say that I'm not, that go too deep. We got to start talking about scripture and all type of stuff. So we're not getting into that. We'll talk about that.
What about that right there? I can't, that looks like it say should.
I think that's a portion size and poverty. That's a whole separate video too.
No, we were definitely. That was the reason. That was the reason you wrote that down because it was. We had definitely spoke that today, and then.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that with the food, the little video.
What you? Oh,
because I thought we was gonna mukbang, but you didn't want to do that.
You know I don't. Why do you even play with me like that? Even though I don't.
Well, I mean, let me mukbang.
You can. I never said you couldn't.
But you wasn't.
I don't. You can. I'm not gonna.
This is so cute.
I'm not gonna do the mukbang. I don't want people to see. I don't want y'all to see me eat. Let me tell y'all the truth. I don't want y'all to see me eat. She be like, yeah, they want to hear the smacking. I'm not about to just be smacking. My motherfucking lips be greasy. I be off in the white. Listen. I'm not even about to do all that in front of y'all. That's me. You know what I'm saying? She eat proper still. You know what I'm saying? And still.
I be smacking like.
She smack, but then it don't be no mess. She still eat proper. You know me.
I do like to cut my food up and like I like to like.
It be all in my beard, and sometimes I don't even know. You gotta be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like I I'm not trying. I'm greedy as you don't want to see me. I'm really greedy. You know what I'm saying? I don't
He
even
be going kind of hard. He do.
So that's why I don't even do like when she be like the mukbangs. I be telling you don't. I'm not doing that because I would literally get lost in the food.
That's what they want to see. We finna start a whole new channel.
You don't want to see me get.
We
lost
starting
in
the
the food.
mukbang channel.
We can do that.
Okay, so let's start.
If they want to see that.
Yeah, and look, and even if you don't do it, you can just sit there and watch me and just.
I will record. I'm gonna hold the camera.
No, we gonna sit there just like this.
Oh yep.
And you're not gonna eat. That's a whole niche. That's a whole thing. Instead of you know how the people that throw the food on the ground. That's gonna be our thing. I sit there and pig out, and you just watch me and you look at the camera like, y'all know I can't let y'all watch me.
I'm probably gonna be asking you what the
that. That's how we gonna do
what
it.
What that tastes like?
And then when I get done, we gonna be like, okay, now he gonna eat his, y'all. We'll see y'all later.
Yeah, y'all gonna see me later on the video.
Watch his Life of T double page to see him eat.
That's it. Y'all gonna see me on the video because I ain't even gonna lie.
So you would video yourself, but not let them watch you live. You would video it and upload it.
Yeah, my daughter's made so much fun of me for so long. Why you smacking? You always smacking. You smacking.
ASMR.
And then I already know. I was trying to get the beer healthy. Look, y'all, it's the journey for real. About 3-4 months ago.
You should put that on YouTube.
My beer was so thin. About 3-4 months ago. This is no lie. It was so thin.
I ain't gonna say it was so thin. No.
I felt like that. Like it wasn't like this.
It was a little thinner. I just noticed that it's getting back thick. I do notice what you were saying back then and
Vegas.
then to now.
Yeah,
to now.
The Vegas trips. Look at the Vegas trips.
I do know.
I was fluffy.
I'm noticing when you were saying it was thin. That was like 3 months ago. It was like Houston or something like that.
It was thin.
Not Houston, Chicago.
And I'm like, wow, I feel like you know what I'm saying? But I was saying, look on the pictures on the Vegas.
That's when it was.
Y'all check it out too. Yeah. Look at my beer right now. Y'all go and check out Travel Bays. Look at my beer right now and look at the Vegas when we was in Vegas. I wasn't Rick Ross. I was fluffy though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting that back. I like that. You know what I'm saying? So I like I have a little hang to it, man. So I'm gonna show y'all a little remedy that I do. You know what I'm saying?
You should put it on your page.
That's what on your channel. That's what I'm gonna do. Y'all tune in.
That's gonna blow you up.
Y'all tune in to Life of T Double. We about to go on a journey. You know what I'm saying? I just learned some new stuff. Y'all tune in to Life of T Double. LYFEOF Double. Yeah. I just learned some new stuff. You know what I'm saying? For y'all guys want a good beer. A good, you feel me? You gonna have to be trimming your shit every motherfucking week. You want like, man.
And we need to put ourselves working out on YouTube too. I think that'll motivate us to work out more if we put it on YouTube because that'll go viral. I mean, not necessarily viral. It will go viral, but that will get us video views. Yeah. What y'all think? Do y'all think we should work out on YouTube?
I mean, we gotta start working out first.
Leave us a comment. Leave us a comment below if y'all would watch the videos. If y'all would watch the videos. But this is my thing.
About 10 pounds, y'all. So the workouts.
Look at how consistent we are with this.
The workouts are gonna be light. I'm gonna let them know that if y'all want to see
start off light.
You gotta really be ready to like.
Hold on, we gotta start off light. We coming back, damn.
No, it's not gonna be like what you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be like no
Mike Vick.
No, we ain't about to be lifting no weights.
Right, damn. Like that. You let us
we're gonna do straight car and it's gonna be in house. You gonna be able to do this in your house. So that's what you want. You want in house.
I'm tired of paying for that gym membership that we ain't used in a whole year. And it ain't your fault, it's my fault.
No, but for real.
I paid for a gym membership. I'm gonna tell a story time on that. I paid for a gym membership for literally a year.
Yeah.
I should be smacked.
That's for real. So, yeah. And that too. For real. But listen, for real though, we can do a workout. Y'all just gotta get with us. Listen, for real, we can do a workout. We can do a little 30-minute session. And we can drop one.
So what we gonna do that on Tuesday? So yeah, let's do that on Tuesday.
One every week.
Tuesdays.
that got different workouts on it that work different parts of your bodies. We're gonna start from the upper all the way down to the lower. And
So
if you want to
listen.
mix and match, you can mix and match. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna tell you probably what's the best.
Can we treat our Tuesday, our mastermind, and our workout how we treat the podcast, and make sure we do it every week and tape it and treat it like, you know what I'm saying?
I got practice on Tuesdays, so I don't know how much we can fit in. I got practice on Tuesdays.
But that's only for the next 8 weeks.
Yeah, that's for the next 8.
So
Hey,
we can do it on.
Come
We
check
can
us out, man. Oh, you might catch a champion.
plug the games.
You might catch
You're
a
going
championship
to.
game from a championship squad, from championship caliber team, man. St. Clair Shores is where we at, but we ain't there next week. Next week we going to this week we will be in somewhere far. Let's put it like that. Yeah, we're going somewhere far. We're driving an hour and a half driving, I think. We're making a little trip. I can't remember, to be exact. I'm sorry, you guys.
Well, when we figure it out, we'll put it on a post on Time to Talk It Out.
I'll be more savvy with it. You guys,
and we'll update the description of this video.
I'm coming off an injury, so
Yeah.
I just been chilling lately, so I'm back on the ball though. Surely to be one of you guys' favorite athletes, and bring your son. I'll show him how to do it.
Yeah.
It's like that.
I'm excited for his coaching and his future team ownership,
Yes,
as far as Little League, PayPal, whichever.
just pal
or both.
Not pay, just pal. I pay, but it's in the making.
That's funny.
But that's
Shout
the thing.
Like, it's time for us to start. Oh,
That's the thing.
I had no idea there was a whole nother page of things to talk about.
I thought that you knew that. But we kind of touched a lot of things here, but we will, so we're gonna keep it rolling. Another thing in Detroit, I really wanna. Moving along, I really want to big up a situation that's happening in Detroit. If anybody knows about the Coleman and Young Center, it was closed down for a while. They did $11 million renovation there. It's a good place.
I didn't even know it was closed down.
It was closed down for a while. They did renovations in there. $11 million worth.
So what they got going on in there now? It's still the same
a lot
stuff.
of upgrades to just the stuff that was there. Just a lot of upgrades.
Nothing necessarily new, just upgrades.
Right, like not right. Bingo, right? So a lot of upgrades, like just putting stuff up to date, modern. You know what I'm saying? So now
it was like an old building.
It's. I feel like it's a place where that's what we look for when we speak community, when we speak village. We look for somewhere activities for our kids, a safe place.
Detroit stand up. So that's what I'm saying. Is okay. So is now you know me. You know what I'm finna ask you, right?
Is it karaoke in there?
I
don't know.
Hey, that was real close.
I don't know.
That was real close. What's another thing that makes me excited, makes me happy that I want?
Well,
Do they got some restaurants in there? Some food?
I know they're not giving
What's
out
the
free
lunchroom?
money, so, free money. They already spent the lunch.
What the cafeteria look like? Is there a freaking Chick-fil-A in there or anything like that?
That's a good question. I don't know, but you know why that's a good question. It's funny that you said Chick-fil-A, good restaurants, stuff like that. Funny.
Yeah, I like Chick-fil-A.
Funny that's a good question because that can move us forward. We big up those guys. We're gonna do that again. anything that gives back.
That was a good segue. I see it.
For the kids, something to do. I love it. But if you're looking for somewhere with new restaurants, I got a place for you. I haven't been there, right? But I have a place for you right now. A new restaurant. We will eventually be there.
We're going in something for sure. Like within the next. We should go before
we can go next week. We can go next week.
Yeah, let's go next week. Yeah.
You will hear this review on that. Don't worry. Listen, we love y'all, man. This is why we really doing this. We love y'all, right? So if you see us out anywhere, you know what I'm saying, come up, say what's up, take some pictures with us.
Please
post
do.
The pictures, tag
and
us.
Shout out. Okay, great way to segue to this. Shout out to my little sister's big cousin. I think he a little bit older than her. But they both younger than me. The last time I had seen this young man, he was like 12. Okay, and he came up to us at Club Celebrity, which is one of our favorite spots to sing karaoke and eat.
Even though they going through that shout out Celebrity, man.
Man, well, forget whatever going on in their personal lives. That don't have nothing to do with the service that they give me. They my cheers.
Absolutely.
And I like Starters. Don't get me wrong. Starters is like my favorite, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Celebrity is my favorite too. Like they is tied up.
They want
and Celebrity damn near is more my favorite simply because they treat me like I'm their favorite in Celebrity.
That's how I go.
They know my name. Literally, when I go order us food, you know what I'm saying? They know my name at the what's the name?
Big ups to Celebrity.
Big ups to Celebrity. When I go up there to get a drink, I know the bartender personally, Crystal, the girl who did the video, the live, defending her dad's legacy because that's her dad's legacy. That's her dad's business from Temptation to Celebrity to, I think they had another business before that. You know what I'm saying? They are black excellence when it comes to business.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying they perfect. No business is perfect.
Nah.
You know what I mean? And it's even harder when you coming from poverty to prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when you the first generation business owner in your family, you have to learn. Yeah. And that's why Crystal, and not saying that her dad is doing anything bad, but Crystal gonna run it even better when she completely take it over. You know what I'm saying?
Set the generational wealth. Like you said, you spoke on that earlier. Generational wealth is what he set down, and now they got something that they can pass down. They can pass down. You know what I'm saying? It's continuous. It's no end to this as long as you keep it up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to them. Big ups to them. We definitely eat there a lot.
Love Celebrity. Karaoke on Wednesday. Good soul food menus throughout the week.
Absolutely.
So, but I don't know how we start talking about them when we was talking about the new restaurant
spots, right? So
on Belle Isle.
We was getting to the chicken coop.
Because listen, y'all is tripping. Y'all on the internet is really tripping, talking about it's man in the bathroom.
Listen,
it's toilet chicken, all this. First of all, it's not even man. Y'all had me really tripping. Y'all, yes, I'ma blame y'all because
y'all out.
Yep, get ready, because here I go. Y'all had me really thinking that they had renovated the bathroom and was cooking chicken in an old bathroom.
Why y'all do her like that?
I really thought it. But first of all, you smile at you. I love that smile. I love when you smile at me because you ain't no better. Because I feel like you heard me talking about it and you knew what it really was, and you just kept letting me say, "Oh, they making chicken in the toilet." Is that? Why is they tripping though? I know they took the toilets out of there.
I even shared it on my page. Said y'all eating this toilet chicken.
You know what to keep on. Oh, he done found a laugh track on y'all.
Listen.
Oh shit! He done found the laugh track
Listen,
on our ass, bro.
That one took. That one took.
He done fucking laugh track.
I thought I was gonna be a comedian one day. And I was gonna just run that.
Where's that at?
Next to my favorite one, the cheer.
Oh, duh. So we fight. Week 16.
Okay, listen.
Week 16, we're finally reading the freaking equipment.
Okay, listen.
Still ain't read the instruction manual, I'm sure.
Some of the stuff, we still freehand and just like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all shooting in the gym for real. So
I love y'all so much.
Listen, back to the chicken coop. I did kind of, you know what I'm saying? I did kind of egg it on because I just like the hype. I like the hype, so I did kind of egg it on. But I honestly knew, I had been there. I had sat down at the part where they had the concessions where it was like 3 different places that you can eat from. And
because at the end of the day, for those of them that may not know, it's next to the
restaurant,
the bathroom. It's not in the bathroom, and that makes sense. What restaurant don't have a restroom attached to it? What in the end, and God bless them, because they was little kids that they was interviewing, because I was watching Fox 2.
Yeah.
And it's like, y'all don't interview these kids and say something. What if we smell the doo-doo? What if they in there doo-dooing and I smell it? Okay, so what if you at McDonald's? Okay, because y'all little behinds love McDonald's, and they got a bathroom the same amount of space away from that counter as that bathroom is from that counter in a whole lot of fast food restaurants and all of this other shit. What if it's the same thing? No, it's not the same thing. You want to know why? Because they have an open air doorway. It's not even a real enclosed building. They have a walk-up thing, okay? And I know I seen Daybreak coming into that thing. You not finna smell they shit no more than you gonna smell all y'all's from McDonald's, and y'all been eating Takis and manning y'all mama's business, okay? So I know y'all taking a huge dunk.
Yeah.
But you little girls gonna take a dump on the chicken coop and Fox 2 News. I blame y'all, because y'all's the ones who interviewed some kids.
Nah, they did their job. My favorite part is, the owner is down for the shenanigans. He's with it. He's obviously from here.
Like this.
And he's willing to
make a relevant
whatever is going to keep people coming. And he's allegedly thinking about making he's gonna put on the menu toilet.
Babe, I don't think you have to say allegedly, because we got that on tape. Him saying
he said that he was going. He says that's what he's thinking about. Right? Okay, so he's thinking
how they
about.
How they gonna sue you for saying it when you only got that out the horse's mouth?
He's thinking about making a menu item called toilet.
I love that
chicken.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
Entertain you guys. He's with it. He's from here. He's entertaining. He's playing the game. Like I said, it was a concession before. I've been there. I was just at Belle Isle. If I'm not mistaken, this was like last year or so. I know exactly where it's at. Of course, you guys know, but it's a running joke, and I understand. I'm not the one to try. But when I when I was by where they are, it was like last year. But I'm not the one, jump on. But because I understand it's a running joke, it's a thing to say, hey, something to get views, something to get clicks, something to get likes, something for people to talk about. And
that's what we want here at Times to Talk It Out. So like, share, subscribe, talk about Time to Talk It Out, okay?
And when we go to the motherfucking chicken coop, y'all better be watching.
Watch the video. And You guys, leave us a comment below. Let us know if you would like us to have like a 30-minute call-in segment of the show.
That's important. Not the
we want to do that.
We're gonna. Oh yeah. We would run a 30-minute, but your call won't be 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
We would do multiple calls.
Too many calls.
We would ask a question. We will let you guys come.
5 at the most. If you really.
You can get on. You can shout out your handle or whatever after you.
Yeah, my point. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be. I didn't mean to be confusing. My point is that the last 30 minutes of the show we'll take calls.
Right. I mean.
You don't get a 30-minute call.
Right.
No, absolutely not. I mean, we love you, and maybe you could call you. Maybe we could set up a time where we can have a 30-minute mastermind later. Just 2-on-1 or 2-on-2. If you another business minded, entrepreneurial couple, friend group, whatever. Because we are, currently studying and working on ourselves so that we can pour into you guys more. Like, our goal for this show is not just to spill tea. It's not just to run our mouths. Like, as y'all know, we got the backpack giveaway coming up August the 3rd at Mansfield Diversity Park. And our goal is to give back to the community, is to have and provide a safe space for us to discuss current events and relationship topics and parental topics and spiritual topics, and just a place you can kick your feet back and keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Have a sippy sip, have a puffy puff, and have a no judgment zone that you can have some like-minded millennial people to kick it with or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's our goal, to give back. So right now we want to show support. You know what I'm saying? We want to show support to the bathroom chicken people, even though they not.
To call it a goal. I like to call it a mission. That's our mission.
Yeah.
We're giving,
yeah. Our mission, our goal, our purpose, you know Absolutely. What I mean? Our purpose for doing all of this is to pour into the community, break generational curses, leave generational wealth and generational blessings villages. For our kids, and to I like that.
Bring back them villages.
Right. That's what bring back villages, because it takes a village to raise a child. Back.
It's too much. It's too much.
Supposed to be kids.
It's too much of the wrong stuff going on that we supposed to be looking after the ones that we hurt, and the ones that, and I'm gonna say we because it's happening in a part of where I'm growing up, to where everybody's still growing, but to where it's people that is my peers that's doing this. To younger ones, it's a we movement. It's us together. If we don't stick together, who gonna watch out for us? It's a we movement, you know.
And we have been so divided in the past. I'm
Absolutely.
So glad to see us coming together as a fist again, like how we used to be in the 60s and 70s and stuff. When we had to fight against the blatant oppression that is so reminiscent of what we dealing with right now. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
With Agent Orange being in control.
Absolutely.
It's so good to see us banding together and being like, we got to stick together. We black, we minorities, we POC.
Absolutely. Don't nobody give us nothing for this. We just want to see. We just want to see the community as one again. That's
just everybody
pushing for.
Positive minded humans. We are a community.
Absolutely.
All of us, regardless of what religion, sexual orientation, neighborhood, part of the country, part of the world.
Absolutely.
If you are a positive minded, person, especially if you subscribe to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, we are a community. And it's important for us to stick together, but it's also important for us to be honest with each other. So that's why, I understand and I acknowledge that it is Pride Month.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that it is the time where the LGBTQIA community celebrates their independence, their acknowledgement, and just builds on their community and encouraging themselves and everything, because so many of them is being mistreated, literally unalive.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We don't know what the reason is, but it shouldn't be a reason. You don't own the rights to say that you should be able to do that to any human being. Any human being, any animal for that case. You know what I'm saying? You are not here for that. That's not your purpose unless you are with and protecting yourself or family. Other than that, there's no need for that. It's just so much. It's just so much hate.
Absolutely not. But you want to know what?
So much hate between each other that it don't need to be. It don't need to be. If you don't like a person, you don't have to talk to a person. You don't have to deal with a person. That don't mean you have to hate them. You don't know this person. They even not like them.
But you want to know what? And I don't want to do too much with this because we can go so far off into this. And I know you gotta go to work. I'm probably looking like I'm falling asleep
right now. I'm chilling, so
we gonna cut this short
in the morning because it's for my people.
But so I'm gonna end that on this. I'm gonna end that on this. There is a reason. You was like, it's for no reason, as far as why they being. And I'm not saying it's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the fight is spiritual.
Absolutely.
The reason why we all going through any of the negative shit that we go through, the reason why anybody died, the reason why death was even acknowledged on this earth, because God created us to live forever. That's the reason. It ain't because they LGBTQIA, trans, none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's so deep, much deeper than that, so we'll touch on that later. But I just wanted to make sure that we let that be known right away, that it ain't because they that, or it ain't just randomly for no reason. It's because they, just like a lot of us, are falling victim to the enemy. And a lot of times when you bold enough to be unapologetically you, wherever that takes you, the devil want to shut you down faster than anybody else, whatever space you be in, unapologetically you in. So, and that transitions me to the next thing that I wanted to talk about is the update on Skilla.
I love it.
Because I didn't even know about this update on Skilla. I'm learning about it from your notes. But Skilla...
Wait 1 second. I'm sorry. I did not mean to cut you off. The last episode, I could have sworn your auntie said, I don't take no notes. Auntie said he don't use no pen and no paper with his notes. He don't write nothing down. He just remember, I have to write stuff down.
Where you get your pen and paper from?
That's not what I'm saying.
Who suggested that?
I did.
What?
I said if I had a pen and paper in here right now, I'll write it down. And you said, oh, I got one. So wait, you suggested
that you literally write while we drove around and shit?
Right, but I was going, because I said I sit down, I was going to do it. So you did say, I got a piece of paper in here right now.
Maybe not.
But I was the one who was like, if I get a piece of pen and paper, I'll write it down. So and you was like, oh, I got one in here right now. Only thing I was saying was but you was like, oh, I can get it so you can do it right now. So I'm like, all right.
And I handed you a what?
Pen and paper. Okay. Did that. And
we got what?
No.
Oh, okay. Some great
notes.
Okay, from a very smart
notes.
Fine
notes.
Chocolate
notes.
Teeth. Okay, yes. The teeth. It be the teeth for me.
So next time she try to tell you I don't write notes down. Let her know.
He writes notes now.
Let her know.
He writes notes now.
Let her know. Unc get that pen and paper too. Unc can't remember all that shit all the time. Unc. Let her know. Unc be writing shit down, and then let her know about this time. Remember that one time he wrote that. Unc do that. Unc do that. Let him know. Unc do that. Let her know. She act like she don't know Unc do that. I'm Unc. What are you talking about? Unc.
First of all, he's Neff.
Nah, I ain't YN. I'm past Neff. I'm Unc.
YN is son.
Yeah, I'm way past
you
that.
Neff.
Yeah, I ain't a YN. I'm past Neff. Unc.
I guess.
I'm Unc.
You close enough, because if I'm auntie, you close enough.
I'm Unc.
And if you want to say, look at you, show them teeth.
Yes. All right. Okay. So what was you saying? Go ahead to your next about the Skilla thing that you were saying.
So I like Skilla Baby. I really do. I really like him. I really got love for him. Like, I feel like he is a good Detroit representative, you know. And I'm sorry that he had been assaulted. What was that? 2 weeks ago? What was that last week?
It was the same day I went to the concert. It was that same day. Okay. So 2 weeks ago. Okay.
So apparently, you know,
he's a good role model too.
That's what I was gonna
say. If I feel like, you know, if I heard my son say, "Hey, you know what? I look up to," I wouldn't be mad. You know what I'm saying? Like how some people you would be like, "Son, let's kind of go."
Because even though you were saying he used to talk that shit, he have evolved. You know what I'm saying?
So you get to see both sides, and that's what I like.
And you would like for your child to see somebody able to change like that.
That's something I like. It ain't no just you gonna show.
You've been always a freaking choir boy. You don't know the struggle. Yeah. You not. You know what I'm saying?
That's me.
Or you
that's how
had one little sack when you was 16, and then you got saved at 19, right? And now you're gonna try to tell me you understand my struggle, and I've been struggling in this shit for 40 fucking years.
That's all. That's it. That's all. That's hammer on the head. Like if you could take a nail and set it on the wall and smack it with the hammer one time, and they go all the way in. That's what that was. That's just it. A hammer on the head. That's on the nail. That's exactly bingo. Thank you.
Yeah, so. Thank you. And it'd be like, you be grateful, but at the same time, it'd be like.
Of course you are, because you know what I'm saying? You still overcame something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, it's the moment when you try to teach it back, or when you tell it back.
You still don't get it.
Yeah, like, it's the moment. Yeah, so you know
it's
you got
still almost, you know,
so
quite. But I'm so because I get it, because you do, but
yeah, right, bingo, right. So within that, right, were you done with how you felt about that?
No, because I was waiting on you to say this part.
Because now I'm about to go into what happened with this.
The update on it.
So
that was my segue to get you to start.
Skilla Baby, the thing is, so we have a suspect. It's
right.
GMO
now
Stacks.
Who is this nigga?
GMO Stacks is somebody that Skilla Baby knows. If I'm not mistaken, GMO Stacks from Chicago. GMO Stacks is like either he is the baby daddy of his cousin or one of his peoples. I think he is, to be exact. GMO is, and that it's a video right now that you can find floating around where Skilla slaps one of their people. It was a year ago though. This was a year ago at a party, but you can tell his demeanor. He is the person that he say he is to you. He don't play about women, period.
Okay.
I don't know what it is that brought him to this. Maybe that's just who he is. Maybe he's seen something earlier in his life that was just like, you know what, that can't never happen as long as I say so. You know what I'm saying?
So what you saying is Skilla seeing GMO sex being
if I'm not
aggressive
to his cousin. That's his cousin, baby daddy. And cut into him, whatever, said whatever. But last year they got a video circulating where he is coming out the room. It's a group of people, they want to go in. And the dude, this might be GMO Stacks, allegedly. It could be him or it could be somebody else. The dude wants to get in, but you can see Skilla slap him. Boom. But Skilla in the room, he still got like 5 his dudes. He smacked dog. Ain't nobody did nothing to him.
So he smacked dog twice, is what you're telling me.
No, he smacked him once. Dog dog tried to swipe his hand down. That I seen in the video. Smacked dog once, you know what I'm saying? Dog tried to swipe his hand down. He moved dog hand, you know what I'm saying? Like, he getting real aggressive with dog. But he in the room. Dog got like 4 people, like, but the camera is looking from outside the door. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell how many people that they see that Skilla got. So he probably got a house full of, you know what I'm saying? It was probably like that because ain't now one of dog mans in them jump when he smacked dog and dog tried to grab his hand and he mushed him off. Ain't not now one of his mans. Ain't no way. You smacking my mans? Is you crazy? Ain't no way. I had to see something that deterred me from not wanting to, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, but you gotta know, Skilla he ain't nobody that's just around, just not protected. You know what I'm saying? They just caught dog, I feel like on the one humbug, because he probably was on his way to the crib for real.
Mm-hmm. As far as the shooting.
Right. They probably caught dog on the one humbug because he was on his way to the crib for real, is what I think. But you ain't really gonna catch him like that, and
this was his cousin's baby daddy.
Yeah, and he was allegedly getting aggressive with
Skilla baby cousin.
Right, and that's when, you know what I'm saying,
the whole
he
thing
stepped in, did something about it, and then after that they had beef since then. Then the beef just escalated on and on and on, and that led to this after a while.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now, because we talking about something like that, I want to move to the orange guy. One thing I noticed,
Agent Orange.
One thing I notice about him is that he does certain things that he feel like tries to win a crowd over after a while. Yep, this is what he does. And I noticed that doing some research, I noticed that he gave certain people
don't pay me no attention.
I'm looking for something. He gave
community day sentence.
He gave certain people community or some shit like that to the point where you can't go to jail. Kanye West, he put it on himself.
Immunity.
Kanye West, himself. It's a couple other people that he did that all for them not to be locked up. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't understand it, but he's trying to, Agent Orange was trying to win a crowd at a time. Okay.
When was this?
This was, I think, during his first term when he did this with Kanye.
Oh, okay.
And I know after he got out of jail, he did it with himself. He had been doing some things, and I feel like what he's trying to do is he's persuading, and he's using certain ways to gain popular persuasion from people that doesn't automatically jump out and support him. You support somebody else. He jumps out. Got a name. Yeah, he jumps out and tries to support the person that you support. Which
he'll lie. He'll go so far as to say he support whatever you support and denounce his real plans.
Absolutely.
Only to when he get the opportunity, once he get what he want,
he win you over and then do something dirty to you. And which brings up the Larry Hoover situation. Larry Hoover was known for starting one of the biggest gangs ever. And Larry Hoover was doing some years that was crazy. Now, I feel like what your boy did, Agent Orange, what he did was he went in and he tweaked with some stuff just enough to make Larry Hoover feel special, to make certain people of his family feel special, to let it be known on social media, to make it look like to you he actually did something, when what you did was absolutely nothing. If you want to be honest, right? And I'm here for the breakdown. I'm here to tell y'all. Let's be honest, right? So Trump commuted the federal prison sentences from Larry Hoover, right? That's what he did. Meaning, Larry Hoover gonna be transferred from a Supreme Max facility in Colorado because you have so many life counts. It was crazy. So you on Max facility. So he's being transferred from a Max facility place, and he's going to Illinois, where he gonna serve the rest of his time.
Who?
But the rest of his time is 200 years.
Who?
Larry Hoover.
I swear you did this on purpose.
The rest of his time.
Who is Larry Hoover?
Larry Hoover.
I know I'm Big Meech. Larry Hoover.
Exactly. One of the biggest gang members ever.
Whipping work.
Out of Chicago, they say he started one of the biggest gangs ever. He had 600 years to be exact, I want to say. And
Hold on. I gotta write this down.
Larry Hoover had 600 years, and this is what your boy Agent Orange does, right? He comes in and act like he's a savior to do so much. Now, that time was split in between federal time, state time. You're doing federal time, you're doing max because you're a murderer. You ran an organization that unalived people.
Mm-hmm.
You are not to be around people. Not, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be around people that's like you, that did the same stuff. You can't be around people that did anything less than you because look at you. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that you done.
That's only right.
That's where he was placed at.
Right, in a maximum facility.
Maximum facility. So what Agent Orange does for him is Agent Orange basically commuted all his federal charges, which releases all his maximum. So now you're still going to do 200 more years, just more in the minimum, more facility. So which means you can probably have more visitors. It's probably more stuff that you can, you know what I'm saying? Because now you're not treated as if you did what you did. But you're doing 200 years. Can you get out? No. How old are you right now?
Still, is there any possibility of parole?
No. He's not getting out. No. 200 years. He has to serve that. You are how old? You're almost 100 now. In order to get out, you're going to be almost 300.
Okay, I was about to say. So age, race, Larry Hoover.
Larry Hoover, age, race. If I'm not mistaken, some type of black. The age is crazy. He's up there. Let's get this exactly for you. I can get this because I just was looking at it, but he's up there.
Probably my daddy age.
Somewhere in there. He's 74 years old.
Oh shit, my daddy way older than him.
He was November 30th is his birthday. Born in 1950.
November 30th.
1950. 74 years old. Larry Hoover.
Okay. And let me see a picture. Send me a picture.
This is him now.
Currently. What? Send me that.
Larry.
Send me that. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
And the thing is,
that's that man.
He's a legend where he's from, and he's done.
No wonder they say. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is hilarious. They're the same person.
Who?
Big Meech and Larry Hoover. They look like family.
They just kind of.
Big Meech daddy is Larry Hoover, not that nigga on the show, the black nigga Charles. No way. Big Meech mama slept with Larry Hoover.
I doubt it. The thing is,
I bet you she went to Chicago for the summer. She got family in Chicago.
The thing is, they did kind of around the same. That were
because he being in the 50s. I mean, being born in the 50s, he old enough to be a young father of Big Meech, right? Big Meech like 20 years younger than him. I guarantee it. I guarantee you, Big Meech is puffy age, 55, 56. Something like that. Larry Hoover could have easily had him at 18, 19. I'm all in my nose, y'all. This how you know this real raw rap.
I don't think, but I mean, even if so, but I don't even think.
Oh no, well, he older than me. Shit, I'm 41.
Big Meech 56. Larry Hoover is 70. What 4? 70 something.
He not old enough to be his daddy.
I didn't say that.
I'm asking. I don't think so. I'm asking. Am I right?
He's old enough. But
you know I'm a conspiracy theorist. Come on now. Give me something.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, you have to go and give me a reason why that you think so. Give me a.
I just told you. I write story. Why?
That's just not valid enough. You have to give me a run back, an underground run back. You have to give me a
receipt. You want a receipt? It can't just be my theory.
Absolutely. You have to give me.
I feel like that's gonna be a segment on the show. My crazy theories. That'll be fun. And you looking at me like, no, that's not.
Oh yeah.
Jen's conspiracy theories.
Because if that's what.
Would you like to do that?
I will. Well, if you putting it down, if that's what you.
Not right now. I'm talking about in the future.
I didn't say right now.
When I come up with some crazy shit.
Yeah, you writing it down. That's if you writing it down. Real quick, on another note, this another update. Crazy update. No, the lady, Janelle. What is her name? With the dance. I don't want to go downtown. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So she got so much turmoil from stealing the dance from someone else and then trying to go viral off of it and doing this, right? That she decided to say, hey, I'll make my own. When I say the dance was exactly the same with like 2 steps different, I was just so upset. And I'm
because you really thought
I'm just so mad. Like,
you really thought she has the creativity.
Why are people supporting this? Why? I don't understand why it's being supported. I'm done watching her. I've blocked her off of my thing. I don't want to see nothing else like her. Yeah, it made me very upset. And then now, since we were touching about Social Stream, because we were doing a wrap up right now, ladies and gentlemen, since we're touching about Social Stream, I want to say this as well. It's more so of a question than anything. I noticed that when I'm on social media, there's a picture surfacing about a young lady that sets up a young guy. It was from Detroit. This is like a year ago. I'm not understanding why this video is resurfacing because the young guy was unalived and the lady was locked up. There's an update. There is no update. I just was wondering, like, why do I keep seeing this? And when I say I keep seeing this, like, it's literally like everywhere. I'm sure when you watch this, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's the light-skinned young lady. and the young gentleman is brown skin. There's a couple articles says she's 16, then she's 18, then she's 19. But she sets him up. And I remember seeing this article at least a year ago. I remember seeing this around the time it came out. She sets him up because he meets her on Instagram. He wants to take her out, so he picks her up, and then she says she has to use the bathroom, so he has to take her to another location where a guy comes out with a shotgun and demands him to get out of his car, and they take off with his car. It's at least a year old, at minimum.
I think I remember this, and they both young as hell.
They're both young. And the thing is, it's not cool to even be resurfacing that kind of video because the life was lost.
And girl already locked up. It ain't no more investigation or none of that
people can do. Listen, clickbaiting is cool when it's all fun. Y'all gotta stop playing with people and their family. That's not cool. That's not fun. That's not,
especially kids like that. Like, stop playing.
Period. Because you wouldn't want nobody to do it to you. I don't care if it was your granddaddy, your grandma, your nephew. Like, you just wouldn't want it done. It's just not. It's not a thing to do. Let's not be doing stuff that, man. Let's leave those videos where they at. Not to say that we don't remember the people and keep their name alive, however, but let's not do it on some clickbait and try to get pros, likes,
with money, no boundaries. We talked
about that. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, God rest, them people's souls, and God bless us all, because we all fighting a fight. Like I said, up here, it goes beyond the surface. It goes beyond what actually pains us and what may actually the bullet, the fight, you know what I'm saying? It's spiritual, but God, and we got a chance. So.
Stay close to your loved ones, man. Yeah. Love your loved ones. Stay close.
And talk openly with them, even when it's uncomfortable, especially if you got teenagers. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they might be like, I just want to avoid this because they always mad, or it's okay. Let them be mad. Ask God to give you courage, strength, and be more compassionate. Ask God to give you strength to be slower to anger with them and less hormonal, especially us parents of teenagers that's in our 40s. Those of us that waited till we was in our mid to late 20s to have kids is now parents of teenagers, and we're in our 40s. Not like being a 30, 35, 36, 37-year-old parent to a teenager. It's a lot easier. When you a woman going through perimenopause, you and your teenager is freaking hormonal.
Yeah. I just want to say, as far as, listen, I don't got rules to parenting. I ain't got none of that. Because sometimes I mess up. I just want to say, be the parent and not the friend. I feel like that's where a lot of mistakes happen, and then now we at home. And then we like, how did this happen? Because our kid got into something. And then we like, be the parent and not the friend. Be the guide. Be the guidance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Be the protector. Be that other. Be
the peace.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything that your kids say ain't gotta be right. And you ain't gotta be scared. Mm-hmm. And that's the truth.
You better speak to me. You just gotta
trust.
Even though your kids do be right sometimes, but you better speak to me, because they obviously not always right, or they wouldn't need you.
You just gotta trust. You gotta trust the big guy. The big guy gonna take care of you.
He's always right
at all times. You gotta know.
God is always right. He don't make no mistakes.
You trust the big guy, and I promise you, listen,
none of it. So.
It's a lot of times, man. So, it was a quick story time before I get out of here. That got to piggyback on this. It's a lot of times, right? I watched a kid. I caught public transportation for a very long time since my car accident. I watched a kid all last year during school season. He was a kid that smart. You could tell he was kind of nerdy. So, he was up to what he was up to, like book smarts. He carried a laptop with him. So, you know, he was up on certain stuff. On the bus, I watched this kid get on the bus from one school and be bullied by kids that's getting on the bus from another school. You don't even know these kids, but they see you and they sense fear and they automatic attack. I watched the kid punch him directly in his face so bad his mouth bleeding. He gotta go home to his mama off public transportation with his mouth bleeding and she don't know what happened. This is just how fast this can happen. It's not a game. Like, not listen, granted, the kid who did the swinging was very wrong. I watched it visually. The kid who did the swinging was very wrong. The other kid, he was a nerd. Like, he said, like, just nerdy stuff. Like, he was a nerd. Nothing that I feel like made you want to strike, you know what I'm saying, somebody this hard. When the kid struck him, he immediately got off like 2 stops later. Because the boy was bleeding so bad, if the bus would have stopped and they'd have to call police, everybody seen what happened. He was thinking, I gotta get off. But you wouldn't have to get off and do that if you're not bullying a kid. Just as well as you could have ignored that. He didn't say nothing to you. He didn't touch you. He didn't. But the thing is, he probably made it home and his parents probably don't know nothing about it. Nothing was said to him. So now you know what? He think he can get away with it the next time.
That's the problem. That's it right there.
That's not the way to go. Cause the next time you get into it with a kid, something crazy. Now he come back. He done found his parents' gun. He come back. He powing up to school. He at the school like this. And now he the bad guy. He wrong now. But he been getting bullied, beat on, and ain't nobody said nothing to this bully kid. When he go home, he okay.
Yeah.
That gotta stop.
It does. It needs to stop. It definitely does, because more of that will happen. But you know what? At the end of the day, he's still wrong. Because there was a red flag, there was a green light.
It ain't no right person in the situation.
No, I never said nothing about that. You didn't either. When you're talking about right, we're talking about what's wrong.
He's still wrong. You were saying he's still wrong, but I'm saying it ain't no right person. You saying he's still wrong, but go ahead.
We're gonna talk about all that, bullies and how we don't subscribe to that.
Yeah, that ain't cool.
Pride and how we don't subscribe to that, and how people have tried to make it seem like a thing that you want. But pride is really not good. If you are trying to walk alongside Jesus on a journey from wretched to righteous, pride is counterproductive. Pride is bad, honestly. So, but the sooner you know little tidbits, the faster you can focus on other little things to get you more solid, and to get all them tidbits and put them together and make a solid vision for your life. How you were saying, it's not just a what I called it, and he was like, no, that's our vision.
What you call what?
I don't remember.
I'm trying to think.
I was like,
that
goal. You was like, I was like, it's the goal. You was like, it's the vision. So yeah, the vision for your life is a collection of goals that all kind of go in the same direction, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Or basically, a direction that you want to go to. Absolutely. You gonna pass milestones along the way. Those are goals. Absolutely.
So I'm grateful for the vision. You know what I'm saying? Of Time to Talk About podcast. I'm glad that it's been put on our CEO, Life of T Double's Heart to Be Givers, as well as fishers for and of men. and to be open to all kinds of ways that we're going to cleanse, detox, and, make sure that nobody delays our destiny or defers, our prosperity. So, excuse me. Currently, we got about 4 hours of sleep ahead of us.
Right. But
and I'm tired.
We are all. I'm probably less more, but I will be tomorrow. But I'm glad you guys don't see that part. I'm gonna be a mess to deal with in the morning. Not for nobody, but more so myself.
Look, I'm like, well, I'm a mess tonight, and so luckily I'm a mess tonight, and I don't have to drive. I can go upstairs and go to bed.
Yeah, I'll just be in the morning, but that's another story. But I appreciate we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Love you guys. And we always we are, you know what? Something that I heard from your favorite colorful auntie, and I said I'm running with it. We are the hottest podcast on a Monday night. And we're going to hold that title. Ain't nobody putting out on a Monday. You ain't going nowhere on a Monday night and getting that. We're the hottest podcast on a Monday night.
And we just get hotter.
You know what I'm saying? So
we finna implement new... Excuse me, I'm sorry.
You got your favorite...
New segments.
You got
30-minute call-in.
Absolutely.
30-minute karaoke.
I try to keep the little 21, maybe not 30 minutes, but I try to keep the little 21 questions in there because that's too long. You only gonna be the one singing.
Trust me, that's not too long. That's 4 songs, and that's 3 songs, and me talking in between songs and get it.
Go ahead, okay, yeah.
Okay, 15-minute karaoke. Damn, but what if we can get somebody to video in and karaoke, verses?
If it's a video in, then that's cool. We are accepting call-ins with just regular calls. We'll put you on speaker. You'll get microphone time. We'll do questionnaires. I'm feeling like we'll do, maybe 3 hot questions every episode. To the point where when we run our
30-minute Q&A.
When we run our segment, you can answer 1, 2, or all 3. It'll be fun. It'll be things to do, and we working behind the scenes. There's a lot of work being done.
We working behind the scenes. Be sure if you guys are interested in traveling with us, okay, be sure to check out Travel Base on YouTube. Absolutely. And also just straight up email us.
Yeah.
Email us with your travel.
Listen, direct
email us. The email is in the description.
In the bio.
The email is in the bio. Listen. Email us your travel desires. Leave me your contact information, and we will help set up your, trip in the near future. I'm the queen of the quick trip, 3 days and 3 days or 4 days or less. And if you would like to just travel with us on our cruise that we'll be on next year for my birthday, December 6th to 12th, make sure you leave us a comment, like the video, share the video, and send us an email. Because we'll send you the information, but one lucky person, we're going to buy you an interior cabin.
Listen. You know what? Whoever
your trip is free, bro.
Whoever that
it's an interior room.
Whoever that
you want to upgrade, you got to pay. But
I'm gonna tell you, whoever that lucky person is, you get to when you get to meet us personally. I'm because I ain't even know nothing about this. I got some. Listen, I don't even. you get a meet and greet. You know what I'm saying? You get a meet and greet. Could be a little gift basket in there for you. You know
Man, you gonna get so many perks. It's not just the cruise. Like you gonna get a bunch of perks.
It's gonna be a throw in. You know,
Yeah.
well, we are all about that, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
a throw in. And it's just gonna be fun, man. You guys just gotta stay tuned, man. It's a lot of events coming up, man. We got a paint with a twist with a twist. It's a twist with a twist. You know what I'm saying? So listen, stay tuned
God.
because it's
Between you and your mama.
it's so many big events. You know what I'm saying? I just really with the paint with a twist events. I ain't gonna lie. I'm thinking about
That's going up.
I'm thinking about paying for maybe 1 or 2 people just to be there. Just to kind of open up some slots.
So you're gonna invest and help me get the wigs? Is what you're? The canvases. Is what you're saying?
Whoa! What I'm saying is I might pay just a membership or 2, maybe 1 or 2. We gonna do some, we're gonna do some things. There's gonna be some things that work. We're gonna work out some things that's gonna work out, and that's just how we're gonna do it.
I'm excited.
For the people that want to get in, it will be flyers coming out soon. I'm sure that she's gonna have something to show you guys. That's gonna be what it is, or whether how much of a mystery it is for you guys.
We have publishing.
How much wide open it is for
we
you.
got so much in store. Just stick with us. Okay, right now we in the gym, but we on our way to Rutgers. You know what I'm saying, right? We got so many more championships to grab, y'all.
We're gonna pass by Rutgers. We in the gym.
Okay, so this is going to the gym.
Go straight to the NBA.
Maybe just do like 15 squats.
We're gonna pass Rutgers straight to the NBA. But listen,
wait, let me do some squats. Okay. Don't fall.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. She says she got, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Period.
Okay, that's it. Now, anyway.
I did 5 of them boys.
Yeah, man.
And I feel like my whole butt is like loose still because I'm 40. Y'all ain't never been 40.
I don't know. Maybe some of them have. Maybe. I'm just saying.
You ain't never been 40.
I mean, I'm not them, but I'm just saying maybe some of them have. I wasn't saying for me. I was trying I was just trying to, hey, shout out to y'all though. Anyway.
If you make it to 40 and can still do a squat and you feel the urge, do it.
Absolutely. Stretch every day. Don't never forget that. Every morning. I don't care if you're 20. Stretch every morning.
Yeah, probably especially if you're 20, because that way you'll be more limber when you get older and might not feel like stretching or might not have time.
Very true.
So yeah, I agree.
Anyway, I'm gonna close up this one segment by giving you guys a one hot little hint, little thing, little MO in Detroit, which you guys probably know about. Recently, I kind of knew before, but recently, I was down there to see. I kind of had to see for myself. Belle Isle is getting attached to downtown Riverwalk. You will be able to walk from downtown. Coming soon, you will be able to get on the Riverwalk downtown and be able to walk the walk and make it all the way to Belle Isle. Now, if that's your thing, not saying that that's what you want to do, cause that would be a crazy walk, right? But cycling, if you want a bicycle, or if you know what I'm saying,
rollerblade or
anything
start
else.
in the middle,
or if you want to pull up somewhere closer than downtown, you know that it's going to attach.
Yeah, because
that's in the making. That's a thing.
Some people call downtown Belle Isle. I mean, some people
call Belle Isle downtown.
Yeah.
Detroit's on the rise and on the making. I hear a lot of people that say they don't like the sports no matter what. At this point, you got a lot of sports. The Lions ended with one of the best teams. The Tigers got one of the best records right now. The Pistons ended in the playoffs. You have to love where you at.
I agree.
I listen. This is all somebody like me wanted. Honestly, I just want to see the Lions win the Super Bowl, man. Be different, you know. So, something we never had. That'll be different. I'm sure a lot of us want to see that, but listen, man. They gonna keep working. We're gonna keep praying. One way or the other, it's gonna happen. And we gonna be here to see it, you know. So,
amen, hallelujah.
You here right now. You watching this on the playback. You here right now. You came
with us in the gym.
You gonna be able to see the Lions win the Super Bowl. You gonna be able to see with us. We love y'all, and this for real, man. Hey, man, thanks for tuning in, man. Please come back.
May the lovely Laura watch between me and Lee while we have someone from
the. Peace to my people, man. I love y'all.